Hello and welcome to another Crafternoon to go from Westerly Library and Wilcox Park. This month we're making beeswax food wraps. If you picked up a kit, you should have almost everything you need to get started. Each kit comes with 2 pieces of fabric, which are 10 inches by 10 inches, beeswax pellets, pine resin, 1 dropper, jojoba oil, and 2 pieces of parchment paper. In addition to the items in your kit, you will also need an iron and ironing board, an old towel, and aluminum foil. Now that you have everything you need, let's get started. This is not necessary, but in order to protect your iron, you may want to cover it before you get started. Before you plug it in, cover the metal part of your iron with a piece of aluminum foil. Now it's time to prepare your work area. Lay your towel over the ironing board and plug in your iron. Sprinkle 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of beeswax pellets on your fabric as evenly as possible. Now sprinkle 1 to 2 teaspoons of resin on the fabric as evenly as possible as well. Use a spoon for this part as the resin will stick to your fingers. Cover your fabric with another piece of parchment paper. Press your iron firmly on different areas of the parchment paper for 1 to 2 seconds each time. This will begin to melt the wax and resin. If you don't melt it first, then when you begin ironing, you'll just push the pieces around. Once your pellets begin to melt, you can use your ironing motion to fully melt them and cover the fabric evenly. Carefully lift the top piece of parchment paper to see if some areas need more heat and to add more beeswax if there are bare spots. Remove the top piece of parchment paper completely and scatter a few drops of oil around the fabric. Replace the paper and iron once again. Once your entire piece of fabric is saturated, you can remove it and let it cool. It can be hung up or placed over the back of the chair for a few minutes. Once it's cooled off, feel your fabric to see if it's sticky enough. If it doesn't feel very sticky, you can add more resin to it and iron it once again. And with that, you are done. You can use your wraps to cover or store food, to transport sandwiches and snacks, and much more. Avoid using them on fish or meat, and keep the wrap away from heat and open flame. If you do need to wash it, you can use cool water and a very small amount of soap. Thanks for participating in another Crafternoon to Go project. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to us. You can email us at reference@westerlylibrary.org or give us a call at 401-596-2877, extension 306.